Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It's me, your girl, BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Church. This is by Tom MacDonald and Hart featuring Nova Rockafeller. Let's see what they have to say.
I need a short drink or a long prayer. I've been sober, but I don't care. I'm so scared of my own self. I get no help, and that's no fair, so don't go there. I've been hell and back. I got scorched hair in this Gucci cap. I got empty bottles and a million follows. I regret swallowing the Ativan. Let's be real. I resent the way that I feel. I pretend that it's cool, but I miss getting drunk, and I'm angry that God doesn't help when I kneel.
Ooh, let's talk about it. I am aware that Tom and Nova together both had a lot of struggles mentally, and I believe they both had struggles with addiction. If not Nova, Tom is pretty much telling us. I do not have any personal struggles in that area. I do have family members and people I know, and the one thing I do know as a believer in God and his word is you're not supposed to question God, right? Like that's like one of the things you grow up, like you never question God, the wrath of God, the fear of God. But as a human being, if we all want to be really real and honest, how many times have we actually questioned God and gotten angry and been like, why is this happening to me? Why did you let this happen? Why can't I fix this? Why can't I get better? That was just such a real, honest, transparent, truthful statement right there. And I just applaud this man and his bravery to speak about his journey and his truth. And so often under so many topics and circumstances, he speaks the things that people are afraid to say. That one hit close to home to me because I've been there before. Again, not in this situation, but it's a real thing. Like I love the Holy Bible next to him and the cross. Just, sometimes it is hard to hold on to your faith because we're human and our flesh is flesh and we are not God and we do not possess the supernatural powers. It's all we can do is believe in them and do our best.
I pretend that it's cool, but I miss getting drunk, and I'm angry that God doesn't help when I kneel. I said my prayers. When I got clean, it just got worse. I quit doing drugs and I pleaded with Jesus to save me, but he didn't hear my words. That don't work, it hurts. I went to church, now I need liquid courage. Whiskey in my glass, I take the knives out of my back to stir it.
He said, I went to church and now I need these things. Ooh. Yeah. I've spoken about this on several videos here on this channel. I think there is a huge separation between church and relationship. Church is an institution that I think has changed over time from being the focus being on God to the focus being on a man who speaks a sermon or preaches and money. And not all churches, but an overwhelming amount have forgotten the reason and the call and the purpose. And that's why I think it is so important to have your own personal tie, your own tether, something to anchor you outside of just the church, because the church can hurt you. The church can hurt a person because there are humans involved and humans hurt other humans. But if you have a soul tether to something like a relationship with God, and if you don't believe in God, then have a soul tether and whatever that is that keeps you sane and grounded, then you feel like you can have these real honest conversations. That is a real thing. I think the church has driven a lot of people away because of judgment and shame. And Jesus said it himself, can you throw a stone at your glass house? Is there nothing going on behind your walls that you don't want us to know about? Because if there is, then you need to close your mouth, sweetie. Keep it closed.
Church, now I need liquid courage. Whiskey in my glass, I take the knives out of my back to stir it. Go to hell and back again, then show you burns to prove I earned it. I need shots of God to gain the strength I need. I'm just a person. I pray on my way to the liquor store that they lock the door, 'cause I'll lay in my grave if the whiskey pours like a
I keep buying whiskey when all I need is church. Ooh. I mean, and you can replace the word whiskey with any struggle, any fight, any demon, any person. You can replace that word and put anything in place of it, and this song is still going to make sense. So whatever your burden is, whatever your struggle is, whatever your flight, your plight, whatever, this is such a real thing. Y'all know I rarely argue with Tom. Well, I never argue with Tom. Obviously, it's like, hi, I don't have your phone number. But I rarely disagree with anything he has to say. And I think this is another case that, has nothing to do with politics and the system and the man. It has everything to do with real life, everyday struggle. And if you are a believer, you struggle in your faith. You struggle to believe sometimes. Sometimes, you're like, God, why have you left me here? Why have you stranded me here? And sometimes your demons overpower your faith and you go to those instead of going to God. All right, this must be Brandon Hart. Let's see what he has to say.
I keep talking to God, but he don't hear me. And my demons are there, always listening.
Ooh.
I get lost in the dark, drowning in whiskey. And I went in so far, you say you miss me. I'm on a ship in a bottle, so say goodbye at the shore. Break the glass so you'll find me, I'm not who I was before. Close my eyes in the darkness and hold on through the storm. I'm a wreck in a bottle, I wasn't built for a war.
Ooh, I'm a wreck in a bottle. First of all, I love that. It looks like he's in a confessional, which I just think is great, like visual and concept. I love his delivery, this kind of like sing-songy, rappy cadence. Dun, 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 is really nice to me. And yeah, I mean, I think he said it. Sometimes your demons seem way closer to you than God, because you can just pick up that bottle, right? You could just call that person. You can just do that thing. And sometimes, God doesn't answer us when we want him, or how we feel like we can hear him, or it's not the answer we want, or sometimes, all the things. And so the things you're battling are right there surrounding you. And you're like, what's going on? This is probably the realest song I've ever heard.
On through the storm, I'm a wreck in a bottle, I wasn't built for a war. Those church pews, bright lights, whiskey glasses, bottles of booze, make short days, turn long nights. The bottle, the Bible, I didn't know what to choose. I prayed on my way.
Bottle or the Bible?
That they lock the door, 'cause I'll lay in my grave. If the whiskey pours like it did before, I'm scared. I send out a prayer. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody there? 'Cause honestly it hurts, and every day is worse. I keep buying whiskey when all I need is church. I can't read, but the Bible's still with me. My eyes can't see from the bottles of whiskey. I don't believe anybody will miss me.
Ooh. I don't believe any. This feels like this last verse, which I'm assuming is last verse of this bridge. Actually, feels more like a bridge. Feels like the self-talk, that like self-deprecating talk that you can have with yourself sometimes, that can be the demise for so many people. Like, I don't think anybody will miss me. My God, I pray to God right now that no one ever feels that way. Oh, and I know so many people do, but it's just like, I hope if you are one of those people watching this, please know you will, and you are loved, and don't ever feel this way. This is such a real thing. Oh my goodness. And that the choosing between the Bible and the bottle. This song is taking us to church. It's called church, and it really is. This is a message. This is a word for, I can't even imagine actually how many souls this song has saved just by its truth. You know, so many people are afraid to speak the truth, but if the truth was out there more, I think so many more people would be saved. They wouldn't feel so alone in their feelings. Sometimes that's all it takes is like relativity for someone to feel like they can, I don't know why. Is it relativity or relatability? Relatability. Here I am. You know, if you just feel like one person heard you, one person saw you, one person could relate to you, it could save you, you know? And so I'm sure this song has saved people on their darkest days just by the fact that like, oh, Tom understands. Oh, Nova understands. Oh, Brandon understands.
I don't believe anybody will miss me, and I'm on my knees. Tell me, God, are you listening? I pray on my way to the liquor store that they lock the door, 'cause I'll lay in my grave if the whiskey pours like it did before. I'm scared. I send out a prayer. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody there? 'Cause honestly it hurts and every day is worse. I keep buying whiskey when all I need is church.
Of course, it's by Nova. What do you say? What can you say when they said it all? That was a really good song. I think the message was loud and clear. I think, again, we need more of this. We just need more of real, raw truth in the way of like mass media where it can just reach more people faster. And I wish the church was more transparent like this and just more acceptable and allow people to be honest and truly come as they are. I think churches always say like, come as you are, but I don't know how many of them really mean that. And that hurts me as I grew up in the church my entire life. And, you know, that hurts me that people come into church and don't feel like they can be accepted or they don't feel welcomed. And sometimes it takes music like this from an artist that looks like this and delivers like this to save souls. It's not just a building. It's not just a minister or a pastor. You know, sometimes it's someone that looks like Tom MacDonald or someone that looks like Nova or someone that looks like Brandon or someone that looks like me that can save a soul from awful things. And so I'm going to tell you to be kind to others, love yourself, and go and have the day you deserve. Peace.